So Newcastle United 2, Arsenal 0. Before we get into player ratings, first and foremost, don't cry if you don't agree with our ratings. Just stick yours down below because we don't really care, if we're being honest. Genuinely do not care. We come back every week and do them. So cry we like. Stick yours in the comments down below. Anyone suffering from depression, mental health issues, anxiety, or low self-esteem, or just want a confidence boost of any sort, do check out the WATCHALONGS website. It says 2 weeks free. It's actually 1 month free. And all you got to do is put your email address and make a password and you're in for a month. You can check out all the online courses, all the seminars, etc., etc. So much on their meditation, everything. The meditating is good, by the way. I've done that. But $14 a month after that. If you use discount code leegunner, you will get $4 off. $1 a month will go to the Gunner Claw Trust. I'm going to play a 1-minute video, and then we're going to get into these player ratings. This shouldn't take too long, to be fair. Give us a minute, and we'll be back. Make sure you check the link below.
Therapy. Therapy, wherever, whenever.
Hello and welcome to Know Yourself, brought to you by Therapy. Therapy, wherever, whenever. In this 4-week course, you will learn how to indicate areas of inner conflict and distress and reflect on them. You will also learn about how different versions of yourself compete with each other to make you feel depressed. This course uses simple models to illustrate different psychological processes. At the end of each lesson, you will be able to draw a model of yourself and see how your depression and inner conflict has been created. We encourage you to take each lesson at your own pace. There is a lot to learn. Short videos and diagrams are provided to make the information easier to digest. Homework will be assigned at the end of every lesson. Also, please make the most of the week between the lessons by applying what you've learned and by doing the homework consistently throughout the week. Before you start this course, have some nice paper, some different color pens, and some tracing paper handy. So, without further ado, let's get started. Click on the tab below to proceed to the first week of the course, the objective and method theory.
So we are back. Kenny, for anyone who hasn't watched your fan cam, first and foremost, go and check it out. Secondly, give us your little breakdown of what we witnessed tonight, mate, up at St James's Park.
Well, basically, what we witnessed was the Arsenal of old, the Arsenal that we thought that didn't exist. Let's face it, regardless of whether we have Arsene Wenger as manager, Unai Emery or Mick Arteta, we have a soft underbelly and we have players who just play for Arsenal and are in love with the idea of playing for the club because it gives them some sort of prestige and it's something that they could tell their parents about, tell their friends about. But are they Arsenal players? Do me a favour, they don't fit to wear the shirt. You know, like their descent, they have no right to be descendants of our great players like, you know, McClintock, Tay Adams, Henry, Bergkamp, Petit, Vieira. These guys should count themselves lucky and pray to God and you know, always make sure they take out Christianity, because I'll tell you one thing right there, they don't deserve to wear the shirt, and they are very lucky that we're in a position where we are now that we have to recruit rubbish like this. And I say they're rubbish because, and that includes the manager. The manager sent us out of bat with broken cricket bats. He killed us tonight. He absolutely killed us tonight. This defeat is purely on him. Purely on him.
Yeah, mate, I totally agree. What about you, Jez? For anyone who ain't checked out your fan cam, and also do go and check out Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. That'll be in the description of this video, same as his fan cam. Give us your breakdown, mate.
Shocking, embarrassing. I don't think I can say anything more than that, Lee and Kenny. Arsenal have come to such a low level. It breaks my heart, to be honest. And I watched that game tonight and I seriously wanted to turn it off. And all the years I've watched this football club, this season, I don't think has hurt me as much as it has over the years. And I'll say no more.
There you go. We'll leave it there. Listen, let's get into player ratings. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Made some amazing saves. I don't think he was that great, if I'm being completely honest. He flapped at a few punches. He's not the... in fact, the easiest way to put it is the honeymoon period is over with Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way. And this is why I didn't get so gassed up about him, because I see this with Leno, when he came in for Petr Cech, which is why I said, I'll let him have this season. Let's see what he does next season. Yeah, because Leno was the best goalkeeper in the league, according to top gooners and super fans. Yeah, until Ramsdale rocked up, and now he's crap. Yeah, so let's see what Ramsdale does next season. But let's base on tonight's performance. Made some really good saves at times. Kept that scoreline down to 2-0. It could have been 4 or 5 or 6 without him. Kenny, what did you make of him, mate?
If it wasn't for him, we would have lost 6-0. The thing that's hurting me, and I think Zez feels the same way, is that it wasn't a case of we battered the door down and that we had a referee that had a bit of a, Willie Young moment. There was no controversy whatsoever. Newcastle battered us. They absolutely smashed us to pieces. It could have been 6. They beat us easily. And if it had not been for him, we'd have lost 6. And, sometimes, it was like Ramsdale was playing for Bournemouth and Sheffield United tonight because, he was playing in a very crap team. And he was a man of the match, our man of the match, because we were so bad. So you've got to give him an 8 because, seriously, those saves kept us in the game. Seriously, no Arsenal fan would have complained if we lost 5-0 today.
Yeah.
That was a 5-0 defeat. That was a 2-0 thrashing. We can't get away from it, and that's what's hurt so much. The Spurs game should have been 6 as well. So, all the things I complain about.
He's fixed the defence, mate, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but even so, without Ramsdale, that save from some Matthew in the first half, catching the crosses and those one-on-ones he had with Fraser and those guys, it would be 6-0. It would be 6-0. We would have lost 6-0 tonight.
Yeah. I actually agree, Kenny. For my player ratings here, I gave him an 8.
I agree as well. I don't think he was spectacular, but he stopped that being super embarrassing. It's embarrassing losing 2-0. With all due respect, they deserved it, yeah. And I like Newcastle, the fans, the city, the stadium's beautiful. Yeah. He's got them rocking. The only 2 teams that have beaten him there since he's been manager of Newcastle, Man City and Liverpool. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that we can't rock up there and go and beat them. But to put in a performance like we did, unbelievable. But that just goes to show any experienced manager will have this guy's pants down, proven again. So, yeah, I agree. I don't think Ramsdale was great, but man of the match, 8 out of 10. Let's go on to Tommy Asu, Jez. Came off with an injury. Absolutely. It was probably broken ankles because the way Saint Maximin made him do baby giraffe every time he got the ball was just a fucking embarrassment. I can't lie. Yeah. What did you make of him, mate?
Shocking, embarrassing, waste of time. Showed his true worth tonight. Now, I've given that guy some great credit this season. But when it comes down to the wire, and when you actually have to show your true worth, you, mate, tonight was shit, and you're getting a 2.
Let's go to the opposite side. Didn't really see much of him, but then he took a foul throw, which then ultimately they then took the resulting throw from that, broke away, and got the second goal. Nuno Tavares, Kenny.
Nuno Tavares was just, he's inexperienced. He made a foul throw, but the damage was done way before their goal came. He was actually one of the. He was actually, carried out the manager's instructions. If the manager's instructions was for him to, go on bombing runs forward and create an overlap to allow Smith Rowe to, create an opening. We did his job. you know, to be fair to the lad, because, you know, we didn't ask. What was required from him wasn't to be, to be defended. He was to be one of those players who can, you know, drive us on forwards. So I suppose I've got to let him off for that. But a foul for is criminal. But you know, I'm not going to give him a bad mark, because simple reason, to give him a bad mark means I'm protecting the players who really, really are the players that we should be leaning on. And I'm sorry, mate, they're not getting away with this. So I'm going to give him a 5. Because I'll tell you one thing: there's other players who are in the firing line. I'll tell you one thing: either me or Jez are going to get their hands on them. They need to turn away.
Let's go Ben Shite, Jez.
What can I say? What can I say? 0. Useless. Sorry. Rubbish. And I'm being harsh. And I know a lot of people are going to hate me. I don't.
Good, let them hate. We don't care. Leave those in the comments. If you don't, we don't care, because we'll be back for Everton anyway.
I don't really give a shit. I'm very upset tonight. Very, very angry. And that guy was absolute pony. And he's a 0. Shit.
Yep, totally agree, mate. Dog shit centre back. Yeah, Seaside Mustafi. People will realise in about a year's time when they stop fancying his tattoos. Kenny, let's go to his partner in crime. Gabrielle was very, very angry and upset from pretty much the first whistle, because they were getting skinned. Yeah, and he was very vocal with it. What did you make of his performance?
It wasn't for him in the first half, and Aaron Ramsdale would have got smashed to pieces. We might as well not come out for the second half. I mean, he was doing about he was running lane, but I'm surprised his other hamstring hasn't been smashed to pieces, because the amount of covering he was doing was unbelievable. He basically had to deal with a very, very rampant Callum Wilson. You know, and he held his own. But, you know, for me, he's a player that can hold his head up, and I'm going to give him a 6, because that was a good performance. But again, he was taken off inexplicably, and that's where, you know what? Don't let me get my hands on that manager.
Let's go to midfield. Mohamed El Neni, Jez.
I actually thought El Neni did, you know, what he had to deal with today. I thought he did all right for me, and I'll give him a 6.
I agree. Left isolated every single time, with or without the ball. Yeah, that guy was basically a one-man midfield today. Kenny, let's go to I want to read this out before we go to that, because I've just put it in the group chat, and I've obviously you've probably both seen it. Yeah, right. I actually didn't believe that was the case. Yeah, so I actually asked somebody to send me it. Yeah, so they sent me it. Yeah, and Granit Xhaka, and I quote: "We didn't do what the game plan was, not listening to the coach, doing our things. What happened was a disaster performance. We do not deserve to play Champions League. We do not deserve to play Europa League. It's very hard to take." Yeah, I'm actually shocked he came out after a loss, because normally the geezer's hiding, if I'm honest. But Kenny, what did you make of that clown's performance today?
Well, I said in the fan cam that I purposely muted him, because I don't want to listen to the bullshit. And he didn't disappoint me with the bullshit he just came out with, because it's funny how you want to sort of be one of the cheerleaders and having a go at people. I'm always suspicious of players like him who shout the odds, blame, and, you know, go on like the teacher's pet, because it means that you deflected yourself and you made sure you're going on like you weren't part of that, you know, 1/11 for the blame. Because seriously, you're not getting out of there that easy, mate. You could talk a good game before and after, but let me tell you something now. You're part of that shambles. In fact, you'd have poor old Lanelli again in a massive game that we had to win to do two people's jobs. You are a senior player. The onus is on you as a senior player to be the manager in the field, because guess what? He can't kick the ball for you, Arteta. So you're meant to be his arms to take the throw-in, his legs to make the tackles, and his legs to make the passes. And you left your station, and you basically deserted your fellow soldiers on the field of action twice in 4 days, mate. One of the worst performances ever. It was a non-performance. Trust me. You gave people 0 out of 10 for actually trying, but for being bad. What do you give someone for a non-performance? I don't know what to give him. You know, do I give him a 1 for putting his boots on, his shirt on, and his shorts? What can I can't analyse that performance because
Just give
it
him
was
nothing. He's shit.
It was nothing. It was nothing. It was zero. I can't analyse someone who basically deserted his comrades on the field of action. That's a zero. And anyone who's got shares in the Granite Xhaka Incorporated, then they might as well cash them in now because they're not worth. They're worth sweet FA.
Mate, they've lost money on them. Don't worry about that. They're keeping hold of him until he has a Xhaka boom, and then they'll cash in.
Just sell them. You can't even give away shares in Granite Xhaka Incorporated after this rubbish he produced. Sorry, you can't even call it rubbish because Ben White was rubbish. You know, Tommy Asu was rubbish, but at least they actually sweated. This guy did nothing.
Run around a bit, put some mud on their shirt.
Yeah. He did nothing. This was a no-show.
I actually rated him -1.
Who's that?
Xhaka.
Yeah,
he was crap.
Xhaka, yeah.
Absolute crap. Jez, let's go to Martin Odergaard. Yeah, I didn't even know he was on the pitch at one point. Like, literally.
Really? Yeah. Our was he our captain or who the hell?
Captain. Yeah, captain.
Really? Yeah. Okay. 1. Shocking. Waste of time. Embarrassing. At one point, can you tell me in that game he was bollocking any players?
Nope.
No.
Never. Rubbish. 1. And that, I'm giving him a 1 for the pure fact he actually found his way out of the changing room.
Let's go to Kenny, star boy. Again, I didn't know he was on the pitch. I can't lie until he spooned one over the bar and put it down the main high street in Newcastle. Didn't know he was on the pitch.
Saka.
Yeah, star boy. Yeah, didn't know he was on the pitch.
Yeah, Saka. Well, basically, all three of us, you said that, like there's going to be he's going to hit a wall and that we're bigging him up and giving him responsibility, i.e. giving him a number 7 shirt and giving his mate a number 10 shirt, basically elevating them to the levels that they're not ready for. And today's game showed that. We've battered this guy beyond all recognition. And the reason why we've battered this guy beyond recognition is because when it comes to trying to win a football match and playing football with panache and attacking intent, our only form of attack is give the ball to Saka. So, of course, the guy's going to be retired. And before, it was a no-show against Spurs. I'll put that down to pure exhaustion because he's not the only manager that's running him to ground. It's Southgate as well. And today was just where basically he had nothing. I mean, it said a lot. Remember when Jacob Murphy came on? He didn't have the energy to keep up with Jacob Murphy when he put that cross in. And I put his performance down to a 4. It has to be a 4. It can't be anything else. He looks tired.
I thought he was shit, mate. I can't lie.
Maybe I've given him like a 4 on reputation, but the fact is that again, you say the manager has got a straitjacket when it comes to playing Pepe at this guy's expense, and we paid for it.
I'll pick up Pepe, by the way. Agent Pepe nearly played him clean through on goal.
We'll get a Pepe in his ratings as well.
I think he just came on and thought, you know what? You've sat me on the bench and took the piss out of me. I'm just going to try and throw this game. Yeah, that's how it looked to me, but we'll come to him in a minute. Let's go to the opposite side. Emil Smith-Rowe, Jez.
2. Shocking.
Mate, that's 2 more than I would have given him. He was shit.
He was nothing, absolutely nothing. Embarrassment. 2.
Eddie Nketiah. No credit tonight, Kenny.
Basically, another thing as well. He ran around, but even then he realised the game was up. This is again. If this is where his limitations shone like a beacon. Shone like a beacon today. His limitations, because the work rate you'll never take away from it. In terms of general quality, waste of time really. I think that the performance against Spurs and the performance tonight would, let's just say, we've put to bed any talk about giving him a renewed contract and keeping us full striker. There's only one place he's going to be a striker of any chance, first, fourth, first, second, third, or fourth, and he won't be at this football club, thankfully. You know, I wish him. I bid him farewell.
You know,
on,
he will get a new contract. You know,
if he gets a new contract, then what's happening, right, is that there has to be some sort of, you know, how to say it, has a response of great anarchy and great protests at this board.
It won't be
and
because this fan base is
we've got to get off our ass. We have to get off our ass and not put up with this because
they won't, Kenny. Do you trust any of this fan base to get off their ass? Because I don't.
They didn't.
Yeah, they all go with which way the wind blows.
Well, then at their peril, because next season, if they think they're going to be playing Europa League football with Eddie and Kettis to the squad, they might as well play games in Albania in the Conference League because that's what we're going to be worth. But in terms of his performance, I'm going to be generous and give him a 3 because let's face it, at least he did run around, and he probably did more work trying to close down than he did the attack. Yeah.
Let's go to the substitute. Cedric Suarez, Jez, came on for Tomiyasu.
Do I have to? Yeah, okay, 2. About it, really, isn't it?
Let's go to Gabrielle Martinelli, Kenny.
Gabrielle Martinelli is another person, right, that, again, is an off-the-cuff player, but because our manager is a manager is, dare I say, like Jose Mourinho, I fear for players like Martinelli with a bit of panache because I think this manager is going to knock every ounce of individuality of his game. And I think tonight he did more tracking back, and we took away his impetus. He was no impact. Let's be honest. Let's just give him the same marks we would have given Granit Xhaka because he did nothing. I'm going to give him a 3, and that's being generous because his impact. Let's just say, I don't know what's happened with a lot of our players. I'll have to put it down to burnout, and then the reason why I'm going for this manager, and I can't wait to do that, is because simple reason is that you only burn out players if you have no alternatives. But when you have an alternative like Nicola Pepe, who's fit and ready to play, and you just don't play him, then then every pot shot I'm taking, and it's not just with football, it's going to be with an actual shot put. It's coming for you, mate, and it's coming at great pace, mate. You better duck Arteta because I'm having you tonight. I'm having you.
Right. Let's go to who else came on? Nicola Pepe, Jez.
Pepe, yeah, 2. Did a lot.
Did nothing apart from playing Newcastle clean through on goal. Ramsdale made a mad save. Yeah, Agent Pepe. Lacazette, Kenny.
Well, the only time I know he's played, I still, either I must have been distracted, maybe I was, so giving my wife and kids serving out at dinner because I don't understand how he got a cut on the head. Did someone throw a coin at him?
Yeah,
was it a classic? Because I'll say one thing, he was one of his no-shows. Complete is again, you can't analyse that position. If I was like marking someone's history A-level papers, I would find it very difficult to mark them. And this is how I feel about Lacazette. I'm going to give him a 1 because there was no contribution whatsoever. And it's not a case. It's not as if he didn't have the time. There was ample time for him, players like him and Pepe to make an impact because Arteta, inexplicably, basically was waving the white flag. But he tried to hide it by saying, why don't I just throw all these bodies on forward to show my desperation? But even then, he got that wrong. He made us even more vulnerable by doing that.
Let's go to the manager. You know how this works. If you want to cry, cry. We don't care. We're coming back against Everton, so who cares? Yeah, we're going to come back every week. So if you want to cry, cry. Top Gooners are in the mud. Yeah, get in the mud. I actually advise getting in the mud. Yeah, my skin, my complexion.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Yeah, I need a haircut. Yeah, I might get that done tomorrow. I need a haircut, but other than that, my complexion's looking good. My skin's looking good. Get in the mud. I fully advise basking in the ambience. 3, 2, 1.
0. 3
3 zeros. 0.
This defeat This defeat and our capitulation is down to the manager. His tactics were all wrong. You know, he conned us by playing an attacking team, but he sent us out. He sent the team out to bat with broken cricket bats. There's no way that game there was any sort of game plan other than let's be compact and let's see if we can use our pace to hit them on a break. This is a team that had nothing to play for, that are playing for their places. And all he tried to do, let's quieten down the crowd. It was like, you know how bad this defeat was? Where we were was the equivalent of being 4-0 down in the second leg, in the first leg of a European game, and needing 5 goals, and going out and saying, let's just keep it close. Let's see if we can
let's not get
hit
embarrassed.
them on a break 5 times. That's exactly how these tactics were today. And then in the worst kind of managerial desperation, he's thrown 6 attackers on, left Del Nelly to do 2 of his bobs, and basically had a 3 at the back. And basically, all Newcastle had to do, make interceptions, pass through the lines, and then they'll have about 3-on-2 situation. Basically, leaving Ben White was a waste of space anyway. Even if he had protection, he was useless anyway. But so without no protection, he was even worse than useless. And then poor Aaron Ramsdale must have thought he was playing for Bournemouth and Sheffield United again, because it should have been 6.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Absolutely mad. Listen, big up to everyone who's watched this. Make sure you subscribe to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. The link is in the description of the video. And make sure you smash a thumbs up on this video as well. I'll be back again tomorrow with Eunice, Goonie and Northside. That should be fun. Chelsea secure Champions League tonight off of us losing. So there you go. And yeah, and then I'll be back with Terence on the football terrace. So yeah, maybe you can write.
I'll love to hear what Lewis is saying. I mean, I always say to people, like, you know, stay in your own lane. Stay in your own lane. Concentrate on Man United and stop trying to preach to us about our football club. When we tell you it's bad, we don't say it because we want to be rancid, toxic, or whatever, you know, adjectives you want to describe us. We say it's bad because we're worried and concerned, and we have high standards football club. Just like we had to listen to you, Terence, and you, Brent and Sally, when you were mouthing off about good old Solskjaer, when you were going around saying, oh, this is bad. We had to endure that. And you weren't having it when we were saying, well, hang on here, you finished 3rd.
You finished 2nd.
During lockdown, and you finished 2nd. What you lot complain about? You weren't having it because you came out with concrete reasons why Solskjaer had to go. And we believed in that because you've got a greater knowledge of your football club. So please allow me, Lee and Jez, and any other Arsenal fan who thinks Arteta's not doing their job, allow us to, you know, talk about our football club without criticising us and trying to preach to us. You know nothing about Arsenal, just like I know nothing about Man United, mate.
And on that bombshell, people.
Exactly. And that is the whole point of these absolute little muppets out there that try and talk you, me, and Lee, and they give all of that. They're all absolute them. Yeah. I actually said the other day, sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
I actually said, if any one of those little arseholes want to come on my show and talk to me about Arsenal, come on. Come and talk to me.
No, of course they won't, Jez, because they have to show their spotty, ugly faces. Listen, we are going to wrap this up. Oh, before we do, it is 1:45 Spanish time, so 1:45 midnight UK time. Just to let you know, again, leegunner's trending on Twitter, the platform that they kicked me off of. Yeah, because I was so shook by my opinions, but now everyone's talking about me every day, so I trend every game. No doubt I'll be trending on TikTok later. Is what it is. And thank you to both of you guys, as always. But thank you also for the podcast, because the podcast is over 20k views. So thank you very much to both of you guys. And like I said to you earlier, Jez, yeah, between me, you, and Kenny, there's nothing we don't know about this football club, which is why these fuckers can't bully us, mate. Yeah, because if I don't know it, you know it. If me and you don't know it, Kenny knows it, and all the way around. Yeah. Plus, we're a little bit older than most of these people, and we've been around the block, been there, done it, worn the t-shirts, been home, been away. been abroad, is what it is. You can't bully us, which is why this channel is the realest fucking channel out there for Arsenal content. And people will wake up to it, but they'll wake up too late and then they'll want to come and snuggle up and get in bed. Don't worry, mate. I've got a nice duck feathered pillow. Yeah. I'm sleeping on aloe vera blankets tonight. I'm all good. Yeah. And I'm sure Kenny's good and I'm sure Jez is good as well.
Well, at the moment, I want to kill someone. I want to kill someone. And I don't care.
Say that you're going to be cancelled.
We can't talk about violence because some reason
hypothetically, yeah, allegedly.
You know what? I'm really angry at these players.
Mate, it's mad. Yeah.
You know, when you
it's not just the players, it's the manager as well, mate. The manager sets these players up.
Exactly, but you know these clubs. We say they're extreme. That's how I feel right now. I really hate our players, and I hate this coach for what they put me through tonight. I hate them.
Facts, mate. There's not many of these players I crossed the road for, mate, and the ones I would weren't even playing tonight. So until they came on as subs. But listen, on that bombshell, we are going to wrap this up. Big up to everyone who's watched live. Make sure you subscribe to Jez's channel. It's in the description. Check out the fan cams. I'll be back again tomorrow with Terence. He's getting slapped. I'll be back with rants as well, 5 p.m. And obviously the Chelsea boys and Northside at 2 p.m. We're out of here. I'll take her out.
Always.